Rest in peace to Roger Mayweather. Like, man. Thanks to those joining us live and to those that'll be joining archive. What's going on, Ashy?
Nothing much on my end, man. Just taking it all in, just like everybody else.
Definitely, absolutely, man. A shout out to Roger Mayweather. May he rest in peace. That was a 10-bell salute. You guys are tuning in to a Puncher's Chance with Ashy Knuckles back from Jamaica. All right, make sure you throw a jab at the like button. Right? Why so serious? Because this is boxing. All right, and this is a Puncher's Chance March 17th edition. Talk to us about Roger Mayweather, man. I know I heard the news. I was hoping this is just another internet rumor. You know how the internet is nowadays, but unfortunately, the story is true. Unfortunately, we lost Roger Mayweather.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. I think everybody who to the boxing scene already knew that Roger was very sick and gradually getting worse, and it only escalated to most recently him passing today. I tell you what, it's been a very tough week for Floyd Mayweather, losing the mother of 3 of his 4 children, and a week later losing one of his uncles, and the uncle that probably played the most significant part in his career in terms of being attached to almost every accomplishment that Floyd ever had in the sport of boxing, with his father or without his father being in that corner. Roger was there. You know what I'm saying? And I think that I just think it's a very sad time. I think for all the people that be hating on Floyd and texting and tweeting negative things, really need to take it easy on the man. You know what I'm saying? Quite honestly. And let's remember Roger for who he was. He was a colorful individual, charismatic, and he had like the best one-liners. You can make T-shirts off of his one-liners. You know what I'm saying? To be honest. But let's not just remember him, Roger Mayweather, as the trainer, but let's remember him as the fighter that he was, 2-division champion, the Black Mamba, vicious right hand. And he was the Mexican assassin, obviously the one Mexican he couldn't really deal with was Chavez, but many couldn't deal with Chavez. It wasn't just Roger Mayweather, but at least he fought him twice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when Roger Mayweather fought the guys that he ended up getting the name the Black Mamba from, when he fought those guys like Zambrano and Arredondo and those guys, once he fought them, they took a turn for the worse in their careers. You know what I'm saying? And Roger fought. He fought a lot of dudes, man. Livingston Bramble. He's fought Vinny Paz, beat him.
Yep.
He even fought Zach Padilla right before Zach Padilla went on to become world champion. And I think Shane Mosley said it best, that nobody puts more pressure on guys than Zach Padilla did. You know what I'm saying? And of course, he didn't beat Zach Padilla, but he fought him. But anyway, man, Roger, he made his mark in the sport of boxing as a fighter. Like I said, a 2-division champion. Some of the best amateurs, some of the best prospects have a whole career and never become champion. I can name it off the bat. Like Saku Powell, he was a hot amateur. He was a good prospect, never became world champion. Michael Olajude's son, hot prospect, never became a world champion. Curtis Stevens was a hot prospect. Remember, he was a part of the Chin Checkers. He was a really good amateur in New York, never became champion. So with the many belts that they got out there today, it still is not an easy thing acquiring one of these. You know what I'm saying? For every fighter, and Roger did it twice in two divisions, and he ended up training his nephew, who would go on to be one of the greatest fighters to ever live. So I think his mark is made in the sport of boxing, as a trainer, as a fighter, as one of the best characters that we had in the sport of boxing. Comes from a great fighting family. Everybody was a fighter, you know, with Jeff and Floyd Sr., of course. And his legacy will more than likely live on, man. I think there will be more Mayweathers to come because, like I said, it's a fighting family. And the tutelage that's been passed down throughout that name, that Mayweather name, will more than likely live on, man. And I just want to take time to give my condolences to Mayweather, Floyd Mayweather, and his family. My heartfelt condolences to them, and hope the Most High can bring them peace at this troublesome time. And at the same time, I like to thank Roger Mayweather for all the years, man, the commitment to the sport in several capacities. Godspeed to you.
You know, you mentioned about the Chavez, fights, and let me tell you something about Roger Mayweather, and you're right, he was the Mexican assassin. You know what I mean? He would come out with a sombrero and playing that villain role when he walked out in those arenas, and it was a rivalry. It wasn't hate or anything like that. You know what I mean? Because I'm telling you right now, like a lot of my uncles respected Roger Mayweather, right? There was a lot of respect right there, and that Chavez win was a big win because of that. You know what I mean? Like when
Yeah.
it's kind of like when the Red Sox kept losing to the Yankees, and they finally got a win over them to make it to the World Series type of thing. You know what I mean? So, um, but that's what I remember as a kid about Roger Mayweather, um, the Black Mamba original. You know what I mean? He's the original Black Mamba. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And two great men had the nickname Black Mamba actually, but
Yeah.
um,
And both of them died in 2020. Ain't that something?
man, I was about to say that, and
Oh, my
that
fault.
is, and no, but it's a good point. Like how likely is that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just sad, man. And man, this guy coined the phrase that everyone uses, and like most people don't know shit about boxing. You know what I mean? And I got to tell you, he's technically he was right. It's not like he wasn't right or something. If you ever heard the mainstream media talk about boxing, okay, you would know that right away. Okay, so I still remember in one of the 24/7s, he asked some dude, who do he ask that heavyweight guy that Mayweather like uses them like to like work the body. I forgot his name, but
Nick Jones.
well, I think it was yes, Nate Jones. I think it was him. He asked him, "Who's the best Latino fighter of all time?"
Yeah, I remember.
And he said, "Oscar De La Hoya." I said, "What the hell you just say? What the fuck did you just say?" I couldn't believe what he just said.
Yeah.
Like Oscar De La Hoya, but it's probably the first name that came to Nate's mind. Was it Nate?
Yeah, it was Nick.
It was Nate. Poor Nate. You heard it, man. And he would like quiz people too, but like, who was the best of all time? He was a big Sugar Robinson guy. He was
Yeah.
A boxing mind. He loved
He
the
was
history.
a Roberto Duran guy too.
He was
Sorry for interrupting, man. Yeah, sure enough.
the best Latino fighter in his mind.
Mhm.
And I mean, and he eat that off, right? I mean, Duran's up there.
He's up there.
Yeah, and he respected Chavez. He had to respect Chavez, uh,
Facts.
but there was a respect there, like there really was. You know what I mean? I haven't even heard. I haven't even seen Chavez. I haven't even checked, but I'm sure he'll have a statement of some sort. Usually does. And one of his, he had one when Whitaker died, a real respectful one. So we'll see what he says about that, man. But the Black Mama, bro, the Mexican assassin. Like I still remember when like they were calling Pacquiao the Mexicutioner.
Yeah.
You ain't no executioner, bro.
No.
Okay, you had a draw with Marquez. You lost to Morales. Like chill out. Okay,
Yeah. Right.
the only Mexican he executed was Barrera. That's it. But
Yeah.
which I didn't mind.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, but that's I will. I would appreciate Roger Mayweather for the candid and very honest interviews. His honest take. He was a straight shooter, like a real one. Um,
Fact.
and the dude was a fighter. He was a fighter. I still remember the clips I would see of him, like getting it in Whitaker's face, and this guy was without a doubt a warrior in that ring. And we like you said, Ashley, we kind of knew there was something up with his health when, and I believe that's what it was when Mayweather Senior took over. You know, the as head trainer for Mayweather. You know what I mean? Because Roger
Mm-hmm.
was still around, and Mayweather wanted Roger in his corner, but we kind of knew that there was something up with his health then. And but may he rest in peace, Roger Mayweather, man. So, man, we lost another one, bro. And you know what's sad, bro? The older we get, we're gonna lose some more. Like it's the way it is.
Man, that's a fact. 2020 is starting off real hoish, man. To be
God,
honest.
2020 is like I ain't done yet. Like God
Yeah.
damn.
We just in March.
Yeah, absolutely. But rest in peace, Roger Mayweather, and our thoughts and prayers are with the family, of course. And I want to also say this: there's some people, bro, that don't know a time and place to save their goddamn life. Okay,
Yeah.
like so Canelo tweeted out like saying, "Hey, I'm sorry to hear about what happened to the mother of your children. God bless your family," something like that, right? A
Mm-hmm.
nice message. And then you have people like engaging in shit that doesn't matter. Like at least not at that moment. Like, why would Canelo put that after all the shit Mayweather talks about him? Like, because this is more important than the sport, bro. Like you know what I mean? Like there's things that are just more important than banter, boxing banter. You know what I mean?
Right. That's a fact. Yeah.
So it's just I don't know. So some people, bro, I swear. But that's social media for you. Let's go and do a rundown here. AJ10, what's going on? He says RIP to Roger Mayweather. G Funky says the same. A Rod, RIP. What's going on, G Funky? That was an interesting interview you did right now, bro. Good video. Ashy, back from Jamaica. Talk to him about your trip, bro. How'd it go?
Jamaica was cool. You know what I'm saying? It was cool kicking it with the locals. I probably was tipping everybody like crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because they really cater to. It's like when I went to Mexico. Last time I went to Mexico, they're out there. Everybody's hustling. Everybody's working. Everybody's nice, and everybody's trying to feed their family. So I was trying to do my part, and I really enjoyed it, man. It was a great experience, man. I can't wait to go back. So I grew up with Jamaicans. You know what I'm saying? So I understand a whole lot of patois. I can't speak it as well as a native, but it was cool, man. Just being able to even talk with them, So they'd be talking amongst each other, and I chime in, and they look at me like I'm like, yeah, I understand, man.
Well,
It was cool, though, man. It was cool.
Okay, that's what's up. That reminds me of a time I went to the store here, but I forgot what I was looking for. I was at a Home Depot, and this dude walked by, right? Super white dude, okay? And I talked to him in English.
Yeah.
Hey, do you know where this thing's at? And he looks at me like, and at first I thought he must have a problem with me or something. You know what I mean? I'm like, what's up with this guy? And then all out of nowhere, he's like, perdón, yo no hablo el español, inglés, pero si quiere le puedo hablar en español. And I was like, whoa, what? Like, this dude was speaking better Spanish than me, bro. He was like, and then I was talking to him, and his family migrated from Germany during World War II to escape Hitler, and they migrated to Mexico. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And they all grew up there. And they speak like perfect Spanish. It's crazy. But that's one time I was caught off guard and stuff like that. Just random story. Dennis Ward, what's going on? And of course, boxing conversations with Reggie Owens. He did the
Was
Salvador
good.
Sanchez fight yesterday, man, with Gomez. He did a blow by blow. Okay, Reggie was losing his mind. All right. Like, God, this Salvador Sanchez guy is good. Like, yeah, he was pretty good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, most people don't know shit about boxing. Most people don't know shit about boxing. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, and it's good to see people, man. I saw a tweet that said, it's good to see everyone paying their respects to Roger Mayweather, even those that don't know shit about boxing. You know,
Mhm.
so there you go. All right. Houston to Jamaica is about 3 hours, is it? Sound
Yeah,
about
the
right?
flight. Non-stop flight. Yep, sure is.
Spaniards are white, Mexicans are mixed. Yeah, but it was a German dude, though. Okay. That was not a mixed Spaniard dude. All right. Big Dog Willie, what's going on? Actually, today it was announced that Triple G, right? Triple G Canelo for September. First of all, what happened to Billy Joe Saunders? We thought that was official, supposedly, but
Yeah.
I guess not. I mean, maybe Billy Joe wanted a little too much money. Maybe coronavirus played a role. I don't know, but it looks like September, unless coronavirus is still around then or something. But
Yeah.
it looks like Canelo, Gennady Golovkin are going to duke it out. What are your initial thoughts about that?
I believe that it's a possibility that the negotiations for this fight was already in the works, and Canelo wanted to fight someone else in between to fulfill his famous two dates, which is really not his famous two dates. It's been the same famous two dates since De La Hoya was the pay-per-view star, and Mayweather tried to act like he was Mexican. You know what I'm saying? It's May and September, obviously. Well, since it's a good possibility that May is out of the question, September's coming around, and I have a feeling that the zone is probably putting pressure on Canelo, like we really need this fight, and when you got billionaire backing, man, they have a funny way of making you do or bend to their will, money being the root.
Right.
Um, it looks like Triple G just want to get his fucking ass whooped again. You know what I'm saying? That's just keeping it 100. And I know all the Triple G fans, I know you crying and trying to make excuses for his ass. But Canelo beat the fucking brakes off of him in the second fight. And this time he's going to fucking stop Triple G. And then, only then, will we hear not a peep from you again. You know what I'm saying? Finally, it'll be put to bed that Canelo is just a much better fighter than Triple G. And the time that Triple G was an ape throughout his career, he didn't fight the guys who were actually calling him out. Now, I'm going to give you credit. Some guys did not want the Triple G smoke. No, nobody denies that. But for y'all to say that he was like the most avoided and didn't nobody want to fight him is just not factual, because the Lara fight was there. He was at 154 pounds. Andre Ward was at 168. Do you know when Andre Ward left 168? 2013. So there was more than enough time for Triple G to actually make that fight with a bona fide Hall of Famer. So all that nonsense about being avoided is rubbish. Taking words from the UK fans, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's neither here or there. If this fight is indeed going to happen, of course we have to wait for the official announcement with the press release. That'll be great. And I think Canelo is going to put his ass to bed because he's just a better fighter and always has been, period.
I've always said this. The first fight, if you want to argue that Triple G won the fight, okay, fine. Right?
Right.
I personally scored it a draw. But no argument here. I mean, I have it a draw. How am I going to argue with somebody that had Triple G winning? You know what I mean?
Right.
And And I'll agree that one Canelo card that was off. There's always a Canelo card that's off, but
Yeah.
that's not here nor there. Well, it is here actually, and there, but that it's here, there, and everywhere, and every fight. But um, let me tell you guys something. That second fight, Canelo won that fight. Okay,
He,
there's people like, oh, it's debatable. It's the second fight. Canelo won that fight. Now, in the 10-point must system, to me, he won. But according to Gennady Golovkin's own logic, he lost. Right? Gennady Golovkin said this guy did not fight me Mexican style. Mexican style. Mexican style. Yes, yes. Fight me Mexican style. Right? That's what he said. He said, stand middle ring. Fight me. Canelo was standing in front of this dude, waiting for this dude, and this guy kept backing up, bro. Then he wanted to box and move and stick and move and be the mover. He got aggressive at times, and he got backed up. Okay? He got in that fight. And I'm telling you right now, Canelo's going to beat his ass in that third fight. And I know there's a lot of people that think, it's not necessary. In a normal world, I would agree with you. I don't think it's necessary. I think he made it really clear he was a superior fighter in that rematch, right? But we have a lot of people that are delusional, okay, just don't want to accept the facts that Canelo beat his ass, that Canelo stood in front of him. He did exactly what Triple G wanted him to do, okay, while Triple G was out here stereotyping how Mexicans fight. Canelo said, okay, I'll fight you with that stereotype. Where you at? He didn't bring it, bro. He did not bring it in that second fight. Okay, Triple G fought scary in that second fight. Yeah, I said it. Okay, he fought scary. The dude was scared. I don't give a damn what anybody says. Canelo went out there and he beat his ass. Yep. Right, and he's gonna do it again. Only this time, I wouldn't be shocked if he stops him. Because this Canelo, Triple G he's looked like crap in the last two fights, bro.
You know what? It reminds me of what Black Fight Fan said. Shout out to Trill Boxing Talk. I haven't been able to watch an episode for a while because I just been occupied. You know what I'm saying? But back then, when the second fight was happening, he went off. He was saying, Triple G, how the hell you gonna tell a Mexican what Mexican style is? You know what Mexican style is, ho? On fight night, whatever style Canelo show up and fight with, ho, that's Mexican style. Had my ass rolling, but he right though. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna tell a Mexican fighter what is Mexican style? You know what I'm saying? So it was Canelo showed him, and that was the biggest thing, man.
Yeah. Triple G was like, come on, he didn't fight Mexican. He didn't fight like a Mexican. Motherfucker, he stood in front of you that time, right? And you don't want to bring it, bro. All right? Like, what's up? You question his machismo, and you probably shouldn't have done that because he beat you fair and square the second time. And this time, he's going to bring it, bro. He's going to knock Triple G out. I've not heard about the weight, though. Is it 168, 160? Do we know that? Anybody know? You know, Ashley?
No, I'm not sure if the weight is confirmed, but I can most likely fathom that it won't be at 160. More than likely, it'll be 158 pounds.
You know what Black Fight Fan said? The Mexicans gonna fight however the fuck Mexican want to fight. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Triple G, you're gonna fight the Mexican at the weight that the Mexican wants to fight at. How about that? Okay. If Canelo says 164, you're gonna fight at 164, motherfucker. Right?
Canelo, yep.
It's gonna be Canelo weight, which I don't condone, by the way, but nonetheless, he's gonna do it. Because you know why?
Right.
Because Triple G is a little too thirsty. He wants another payday, right? That's why. Because he can't sell shit without Canelo, right? When this dude did pay-per-views on his own, bro, he sold like 160,000 buys. This dude was his shit. Yeah.
It was terrible. Yep.
Those 1 million+ buys came from Canelo, a majority of it, right? And you Gennady Golovkin fans can cry about it. Okay, you know, I was telling him for years, Ashley, that jab is telegraphed as shit, right? And when he fights a dude that could counter it, he's going to be in trouble.
Yep.
Lord and behold, you know, the Canelo fight came when they were talking, by the way, about how he's going to, if you fight Gennady Golovkin, your career will never be the same ever again. Gennady Golovkin destroys careers.
Yeah, right.
He can destroy. I mean, it's one thing to get beat by Mayweather because Mayweather's just going to outbox you. But Gennady Golovkin could destroy your career. He might kill Canelo. You fucking shitting me, bro. All right, he ain't come close to killing this dude. All right,
at all.
At all.
It's going to be a damn shame what happens to Triple G this time. Canelo is substantially bigger now. You know what I'm saying? He's not. I mean, you saw the way he looked at 75, man. He looked thick. He looked thick and he looked strong. And he did not look slow. He didn't. I mean, he looked fast. He looked sharp and crisp. And now he's going back to 68. And I know he's going to fill out very well at that weight or whatever weight is going to be at. He's not going to go in there as some Rudy Poot small dude. He's going to be in shape. He's going to be strong. And, man, I'm telling you, the punch is going to have a much greater impact this time. And I think he'll get him out of there. I think he's going to beat Triple G like a fucking drum. And it's not going to be pretty, man. The second fight, Triple G face looked like a punching bag after a nice workout. And Canelo's face looked clean. You know? After 12 rounds, clean. This time, I don't know, man. He may, man, I don't know, man.
Like this whole, like, man, this kind of this aura that was built around Triple G, you know, was just over the top, bro. Okay. Oh, nobody wants to fight him. Okay, well, Lara wants to fight him. What do you mean? Lara said he'll move up. No, but come on, he'll knock out Lara in 2 rounds. Really? You guys really believe that? Okay. I mean, I think Golovkin might have won, but you never know. Like, Lara can make it ugly. You know what I mean?
The challenge was there, so.
The challenge was there, and he said 154, 168.
Facts.
It's what he said. It's how they marketed him, right? And then he wanted to, Ward said, well, I'll fight him. 168, okay, I'm down. Let's do it. Now, Ward, you're too big, Ward. Stop being a bully, okay? Fight guys your own size, Ward. Okay, go over there, Ward. Sit down. Now, Triple G never moved up in weight, by the way. He's been at 160.
Yep.
Right? You're telling me he couldn't move up one weight? Ward moved up to fight Kovalev. You're telling me Triple G couldn't move up?
Yeah.
One fucking weight class. I mean, we have Crawford just moved up. I mean, he's moved up several times. He couldn't move up.
Yeah.
But this is the guy that wanted to put pound for pound. You're pound for pound, but you can't move up one fucking weight class?
Dude, they're talking all-time great now.
Yeah, come on. All-time great. Let me tell you something. Why do you want to fight Frotz then? Frotz is bigger than Ward. Frotz is a bigger dude than Ward, bro. Like, the frame is bigger and everything. Yeah. He could fight Frotz, but he can't fight Ward. Come on, dude. Right? But hey, in the end of the day, Canelo came along, right? And, you know, you want to argue the first fight? Fine. Right? And by the way, actually, I don't want to hear people say that Canelo stalled him out. It's not like he was fighting scrubs, bro. It's not like it was shot-born and shit.
Right.
Like, who had Triple G fought that he was shot-born and Canelo got him just to pick up like a buzzer to pick up the pieces. You know? So, hey, man. Ray against Gennady Golovkin. Right?
I love it.
The authentic Mexican against the Kazakhstan Mexican. You know what I mean? It's the fight. Yeah, I'm talking a lot of shit, but that's what boxing's all about. Okay? Absolutely. Right, that's what it's all about. Right? Because I know a lot of Gennady Golovkin fans are going to talk shit too. Right?
Oh, facts.
Well, so you guys can talk your shit, but at the end of the day, you ain't going to win. You know what I mean? Like, at the end. So, Canelo will win. I think he's going to knock Gennady Golovkin out late in that fight. It would not surprise me whatsoever. Okay? That's right, Big Dog Willie wanted that smoke. Shout out to Ronald Finkley, Cesar Linares. Says great show. R.I.P. Oh, Giannis, I apologize. Cesar Giannis. R.I.P. to the Black Mamba. Absolutely. I'm all for this fight to Chicano Profit. Oh, we know, Chicano. You probably already got your merch ready. Yeah, everybody knows you're down for Canelo, bro. You don't gotta like tell us. We already know, right? But man, hopefully, what's up with Billy Joe Saunders, Ashy? You
He,
think he's asking for too much?
oh, you never know, man. You know, when you got the cash cow of boxing trying to lure an opponent, you know, you a closed mouth ain't gonna get fed, man. You got to shoot for the highest number you can, and hopefully negotiations can take you to a number that you can settle on and be happy with. Well,
Yep.
you never know with Billy Joe Saunders. He probably was like, you know what, I got the whole UK. You know, it'll be big in this, in you know, in Europe, and you know, he probably just priced himself right out. I mean, to be honest, what's pricing yourself out when you got the zone billionaires backing the thing? You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it could have been just a power play on Canelo's part. Like, you're like, you know what? I'm gonna let you sit out this time, and maybe I'll consider fighting you again in 2021, so you can get your head right. You know what I'm saying? Because you're talking crazy.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Mayweather did it. He did it to Zab Judah when their first negotiations took place. Zab priced himself out, and Floyd fought Sharmba, I believe, Sharmba Mitchell,
That's
who
right.
was
Yeah.
a former 140-pound champion, and he made a couple of million off of that fight, while Zab was fighting Rafael Pineda, old Rafael. Hell, Roger Mayweather fought Rafael Pineda. You know, that's how old Rafael Pineda is. I mean, he was still tough, but you know, he was long in the tooth. But I guess it was to teach him a lesson and bring him back down to earth. And then that would end up losing to fucking Baltimore. So negotiations became a little easier after that. So sometimes, you know, the fight may be delayed several months or so, maybe even a year. But as long as they fight, fuck it.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, this whole coronavirus thing and, all that has a lot of uncertainty. So who knows what type of a role that played into it? You know what I mean? And I think they said, you know what, if we're not going to fight to September, we might as well make a big announcement. And Ashley, like the zone needed to make some type of announcement because everyone's talking about unsubscribing. There's no boxing. Why do I need the app? You know what I mean? So I think like
Mhm.
they're like, we exist. Canelo Triple G, 3, and that's the fight they wanted. I
Right.
do think it's going to be a big fight for the app. Well, whether people stick around or not, I don't know. But for that 1 month, I think it'll be big for them, and we'll see how they do right there. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Um, so speaking of beefing, okay, Raw Boxing TV, two Black Mamas in 2020. Man, ain't that the truth, man?
Yep.
Yep. The Triple G fans know the truth, says Chicano Prophet. Make sure you guys throw a jab at the like button, share this video to your social media platforms. Let's get to those 20 likes ASAP. Stay tuned. We got a lot more to talk about. Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis are going at it, Ashy. But not in the ring. They haven't announced the fight. Ryan Garcia came out, bro, and he said, Tank, I want to fight you right now. Man, I want that smoke right now, Tank.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about that, Ash? Because they're beefing on
Uh,
hard.
I mean, it could be Cap, but it could be the God honest truth. You know, he is a fighter. And fighters, they think they can beat the world. I say it all the time. Even the sorriest dude in the gym really think he got something. It's just a fact. You know what I'm saying? Um, and the fact remains that Ryan, we already know his accolades. No need to go over it, but he is 20-0, and he got millions of fans who actually think he's the next. He's the next coming of the next great superstar, which he may be. And apparently, his team or whoever it is that he has backing him believes that he has a very good shot if he was to be matched up with Tank Davis, and they have their little rival. They're beefing, and Ryan want that smoke, and he letting the world know about it. You know what I'm saying? A lot has happened in Ryan's King Rise career. in the last 6 months to a year. He started headlining. He started getting some respect within his own promotional company, making more money. He's getting more acclaim. He's headlining his own shows, and he's looking at Tank like Tank is food, and Tank is looking at him in the same exact manner. But um, if they're gonna make this fight, fine. They're talking about having it sometime this year. I have my own thoughts on that. I personally believe Ryan needs just a little bit more seasoning, because Tank is a two-division champion. I mean, what he does have is championship experience, and Ryan does not have that. This would be his first time going for a legit world title, and you never know how much nerves will play into that. But he could be, rise like a king and outbox Tank. You know what I'm saying? Or Tank could be the third first round knockout in a row. You never know. It's boxing. So I think it's great that the youngsters are actually calling each other out, and it'd be even better if they can actually mix it up in a square circle, man. And in the midst of this damn coronavirus that's going on, at least it's some type of excitement we got going on, considering we don't, have any fights lined up anytime soon. So,
Yep. White House reported that they may restrict large crowds all the way to July.
yeah, ain't that something?
I mean,
or later, yeah,
or later, you never know. Absolutely,
right?
Look, man, and I get it, right? They're giving us some drama. They're going back and forth. Ryan even made I don't know if you saw the tweet where he said, basically talked about, well, you're not going to put a hands on me like you did on that girl. You know what I'm talking about, like stuff like that. It'll be ironic if he does put hands on him, but that's a different story. But man, it got a little personal there. Like it started like friendly banter, and then it got, like boxers got egos, bro. You know what I mean? Like it starts with like friendly banter, and it starts getting serious. That's how it starts at the weigh-ins, and then one guy gets mad, shoves one guy, the other guy shoves harder. They start pushing, But this is on Twitter, of course. But what I will say though is that Ryan Garcia it looks like they're going to start stepping him up for sure, right?
Yeah.
And I would like to see the fight, man. 2021, maybe late 2020. I'm all for this fight. The question is, however, Leonard Allerby has gone out of his way to say that Tank's not going to fight on an app nobody knows about, and you know what I mean. Yeah. Ryan's with Golden Boy. They're fighting on the zone. You think there's going to be some difficulty making that fight happen, even if both these fighters want it?
Money talks, man. Like I said before, what Leonard Ellerbe has said in the past. I mean, I can understand where he's coming from. Plus, him and his whole team have had an unconditional loyalty to Al Heyman, as well as a lot of celebrities. You know what I'm saying? Because he's been able to make these guys realize their financial dreams a hundredfold. You know what I'm saying? Money that they probably wouldn't have gotten elsewhere. So I understand. Starting with Vernon Forrest, rest in peace. Being the first time I ever heard about Al Heyman is when Vernon Forrest started making crazy millions. But then again, you have the Zone, which for the umpteenth time are backed by billionaires, and money talks. I don't give a damn what Leonard Ellerbe saying, because Leonard Ellerbe is a thousandaire or a millionaire, but these guys have billions. And you can't talk money with somebody who got substantially more money than you, even Floyd Mayweather said that. How you going to talk money with me when you don't have this money? And if they want the fight will happen. There is a number out there that will make Al Heyman and Mayweather Promotions move in the direction of the Zone, the app that nobody know about. Because at the end of the day, they're fighting for a prize. And if that prize is good enough for both combatants and both promotional outfits, we'll see the fight. It don't matter if it's on the Zone, if it's on Instagram, if it's on Facebook, if it's wherever they put the damn fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If it's worth the amount of money, if that right number is hit, we're gonna see it. Point blank. Period.
Yeah. Look, I agree with you, and vice versa. If Fox puts out a number, then Golden Boy, you know, Ryan's going to be like, "Yeah, I'll fight over there for that money." Well, what do you mean? You know,
Exactly.
it's just the way it is, man. I don't know what type of contract he has with. I know he has a contract with Golden Boy. I don't know if that's tied to the zone or not, but nonetheless, hey, man, you know that old saying, man. Money talks and bullshit walks. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So money definitely talks. And I understand, people in the chat saying, like Big Dog Willis says, they're just kids. You know what I mean? AJ10 says they'll probably send DMs after. It's all good, bro. Stay safe. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? They're probably telling each other what to say. Hey, call me out for that, and say that I'm not going to put hands on you. All right, bro.
That's
But
all good, fine and dandy. But when the bell ring, if they go out there and fight
yeah,
hard, that's all I can ask for, man. They can set up, stage it, whatever. But long as the fight is authentic, I'm good.
as long as the fight's authentic,
Yeah.
absolutely. Um, but so Chisora Usyk was announced, Ashy. Um, I think this is a fight that many of us are saying we want to see Usyk in. Let's see Usyk in there with the heavyweight with a pulse. You know what I mean? They're going to give us this fight. How do you feel about this fight?
All right. Am I breaking up? Because I'm experiencing a little lag over here.
I could see you. I can hear you.
And I'm coming through clearly. I mean,
Yes.
hearing wise. Okay.
Yep.
Well, I think it's a decent fight. You know what I'm saying? I think us hardcore boxing fans want it and still want to see Usyk in there with a legit heavyweight, at least one that's been active. His first time into the heavyweight fray was against Chaz Witherspoon, which is Teaspoon's nephew, Tim Witherspoon, former heavyweight. And he hadn't been fighting. He was on the shelf, I think, for like a few years. And he was out. He wasn't in shape. It was a fight on short notice, if I'm not mistaken. I forget who Usyk was supposed to fight in his stead, but Chaz Witherspoon stepped in. I forget. And in that fight, I think it told us a lot about Usyk at heavyweight, at least at this juncture. Now we know Usyk is a pound for pound guy, southpaw. He has great skills, at least at the 200-pound division, which is cruiserweight, which he was an undisputed champion. But we wanted to see if those great skills that he had at cruiserweight will translate or transfer up into the plus 200-pound division where it really matters. And when you're fighting a substantially bigger guys who just not really impressed with your power. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of guys who move up from cruiserweight or below to the plus 200-pound division is looked as an artificial heavyweight until otherwise proven. In fact, Holyfield was looked at in that manner up until he fought, even after he fought Bobby Chiz. He was still looked at like that. It wasn't until he beat the fuck out of Mike Tyson that people start really taking him serious as a legit heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? Or at least it was always brought into the picture, his legitimacy at heavyweight. And of course, the rest is in the books, as Holyfield has arguably the greatest heavyweight resume historically. You know what I'm saying? He fought everybody. It's just a fact. But anyway, Usyk. So I think this is a good test for him. Chisora is a traveler. He's been around a long time. He's fought a lot of guys. We know he's not afraid of anybody, and he is going to come to fight. Whether that means he's putting somebody on their back, or whether it means his ass is going to be on his back. He's going to bring that thunder, and he is a guy that has to be respected through the course of 12 rounds as a heavyweight. And I think this gives us an idea of what Usyk can do against a legit heavyweight. And if he can last, you know what I'm saying, against a substantially bigger guy who's an active heavyweight. not somebody who's fighting on short notice, not somebody who's out of shape. These guys have announced the fight. They're going to go through their respective training camps. It won't be this is not, oh, this guy's pulling out and this guy's substituting. They know who they're fighting, and you know what I'm saying. And they're going to go and do their work, like Cotto says. Will Usyk's skills be enough to prove that he is a legit threat at this weight, or will Chisora expose him? And not everybody can move up to heavyweight. It's just a fact, man. Heavyweight is its own different animal. You're not making a weight. You're not trying to hit a certain number. Once you weigh over 200 pounds, as anything goes. And Chisora, you never know. He could pull a Fury and come in that bitch at 285 and try to rest on him the whole 12 rounds. Wear him out. You just never know, man. It's different tricks of the trade in the plus 200-pound division. So we'll see. Right now, I don't have a pick though, as it stands.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I mean, I'm gonna roll with Usyk. I think he wins this fight. I think he outboxes Chisora. I don't think he stops Chisora though. Like, I don't think he's gonna stop him.
Yeah.
But I think he'll outbox him. He might win like anywhere from 8 to 9 rounds, in my opinion. But there's still a lot of questions, right?
Yeah.
Is he gonna handle the pressure well? I'm guessing he is, but I don't know. I got to see it first. You know what I mean? And the reality is, at heavyweight, these guys just have more punch resistance, to him. If he can't keep these guys off of him, then what's he going to do? Like if he can't stop Chisora from just walking through his punches, it's going to be a long night for Usyk, win or lose. So the question is, can that style work at heavyweight? Right now, with these big heavyweights, I'm not sure, because actually, even though I feel he's going to get past this test, I don't think he could beat Fury. You know what I mean? I don't think he beats Wilder.
Well, I think Joseph Parker can give him a run too, because that dude got some fast hands, and he gonna throw him too, boy.
Joseph Parker has fast hands. I don't know if he gets past Parker.
Yeah.
Ruiz, I don't know if he gets past Joshua. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, obviously, one thing at a time. You know what I mean? Let's get through this test first. We're gonna have a better idea after this fight, I think. How he performs. If he goes in there and stops Chisora in 5 rounds, and maybe our perspective changes. But let's see what he does first. David Haye came out, Ash, and he said he's going to have trouble because he doesn't have my power. You know what I mean? Like David Haye, as we know, he was a haymaker, and that's what he said. But, I mean, Usyk doesn't have some of the guys Haye fought to make a name for himself. You know what I mean? So he doesn't have a Valuev he could fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, Haye was undisputed cruiserweight champion too.
Yep.
But he actually made the transition pretty well. I mean, he didn't become like a great heavyweight champion, but he at least fought. He fought Vladimir. He went 12 rounds with him. You know what I'm saying? So he beat the hell out of Monty Barrett, who was a heavyweight that been around. He was a traveler. You know what I'm saying? So he was able to compete at a high level at the weight. Maybe he's trying to throw roadblocks in front of Usyk. Maybe he's trying to stop Usyk from being great. But only Usyk can show us if he is of that caliber of greatness. And the only way it's going to happen is in a square circle through the course of 1 to 12. No matter what David Haye says, you know what I'm saying? It has to be shown in the ring. So it just remains to be seen. As of right now, like you said, man, there's just a lot of questions regarding Usyk at heavyweight. So
Usyk is 6'3", bro. 6'3".
That's a good height, but even with all that great height and skills, he only stopped Chaz Witherspoon because his ass was out of shape.
Yeah,
true. He wasn't legit hurt in that fight. You know what I'm saying? He was gassed.
Yeah,
and that's Chaz Witherspoon. You know what I'm saying? So.
Washed up, out of shape, Chaz Witherspoon.
Right.
So, yeah, you're right. I mean, after that fight, I have to be honest with you. I thought Usyk was going to make a lot more noise at heavyweight, and now I'm questioning it after that performance. Even though he won all that, okay,
Mhm.
this Chisora fight's going to answer a lot of questions for us because that high volume style and throwing a lot of those pity pat shots is going to work at heavyweight. I don't know. It's got to be honest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we will see, man. We will see where it goes. Usyk, former cruiserweight champion of the world, undisputed. Making his campaign at heavyweight. Man, the heavyweight division is exciting, bro. We got a lot of stuff going on in heavyweight. You know what I mean? So shout out to the heavyweight scene. The main topic, actually, what everyone's kind of talking about. You know what I mean? All these fights, the Shakur Stevenson fight, got canceled.
Uh,
The Texas card got canceled. The Showbox still had a card like with no fans in attendance. But what do you make of this? Um, and how do you think? What should we do, man? Just watch some old school fights, do some Reggie Owens type stuff, or what?
Man, well, I mean, that's one of the great things about having the zone. You can always revisit old fights. They have a plethora of fights in their vault to choose from, and PBC has been releasing fights they have in their vault on YouTube as well as Top Rank. In fact, some of Shakur Stevens' earlier fights have been released. Um, I think there are more than one ways for boxing fans to get their fix. Um, if they need that fresh touch of blood, you know what I'm saying. Of course, I'd never recommend going to go watch an MMA fight, but that's just me, you know what I'm saying. I mean, props to all combative sports, but I ain't crossing over at all. I like the guy, the guy who be talking about Donald Trump, though. I think that dude's fucking hilarious. The Beast or whatever his name is. MMA, yeah, he's fucking hilarious. Um, but there's more than enough fights out there to sustain us, man. You know what I'm saying? Like Reggie Owens was watching Salvador Sanchez, not knowing who he is or whatnot, or maybe he knew who he is and just never saw him fight or whatever. Man, there's a lot of old school fighters that'll blow your mind as well as old school fights.
Yeah,
I could think of many right off the bat that you can watch that be entertaining. So many James Toney fights, Mike McCallum fights, Donald Curry fight. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Saad Muhammad, you know what I'm saying? You can never. It's so many fighters out there you can watch, and their fights all over the net. So if you really need that fix, we have our outlets. It's unfortunate that this damn virus is out there and spreading like wildfire. People are panicking. They buying all the shit up at the grocery stores. Unprecedented amount of fucking sanitizer they're buying and tissue. Like they're just gonna shit every minute of the hour. I don't know what the hell that's all about.
got mine.
But it really threw boxing into suplex. But make sure y'all keep your hands clean, man. Wash your hands. Avoid being in large crowds. And man, don't panic. That's the worst thing you can do. And just I don't know. I really don't give a fuck, to be honest, man. Ain't nothing gonna stop me from living. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do what the fuck as she do. The only thing I'm doing a little bit more is probably washing my hands a little bit more. Not a whole lot more because I wash my hands all the fucking time anyway. I work in a, you know what I'm saying? But you just being mindful of the hands that I shake and the doors that I open and stuff like that. Making sure I don't touch my face or go to eat or anything like, or put something in my mouth and I hadn't washed my hands. I'm just a little bit more mindful in that regard. And of course, staying away from guys that's coughing and hacking and sneezing and stuff. I haven't been around any of those guys for weeks. So far, so good, man.
You came back from Jamaica with like you're stocked up on all that stuff, right? Toilet paper and all that. Like,
that shit was already gone, bro. that shit was already gone. Stephanie's dad had a couple of rolls of toilet paper for us, But luckily, I got a cooler in the garage, so I had some stuff frozen, and
Yeah.
we just kind of gradually get stuff as the week goes by.
Yeah, man. I'm seeing the stuff kind of show up a little more now. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
you know, at one point they were completely out. Like, not even the warehouse had toilet paper. And then now and then it got to a point where like the toilet paper would arrive at 6 in the morning, and then it was gone, by 6:30. And now it's not gone till like 8 a.m. So it's gonna get to 9 a.m., 10 a.m., and before you know it, bro, like I think people overdid it with the toilet paper, by the way. But you know, like, what's it gonna do for you if you get the coronavirus?
I don't get it, man.
Like, you know what I mean? And the other thing, people are now actually, stocking up on Tylenol and Advil and Dayquil and Nyquil. They're stocking up on it now. They're pillaging the shit out of that, because that was a message that came out, like, oh, you guys are getting everything that to prevent you from getting the virus. Well, what if you get the virus? You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And everybody's stocking up on that. So now, imagine you don't get the coronavirus, but let's just say you're getting some flu symptoms. You can't go to Walgreens to buy some NyQuil or something because it's gone, bro. So people are just going to be getting more sick, and let me tell you, don't stock up on the sanitizer. That shit's no good in your garage or closet. Other people need it, so you don't get sick from them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So the shit is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Uh, what do you think about them having boxing fights with no crowds?
I mean, I'm gonna watch it. I don't give a damn who's sitting ringside. Me personally, it may not, it may do the promotion a little bad because they're not gonna accrue the money that they want from the event. But long as the two combatants are there with gloves signed off and the square circles there, I don't give a shit who in the damn venue.
Right.
If they're gonna fight, let's have it. You know what I'm
And
saying?
look, man, I saw the showbox card. Brandon Lee was there. Is that half Korean, half Mexican dude? That dude's he's gonna be some, bro.
You tough,
Okay.
huh?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So he looked good. Um, it had that. I felt like I was like witnessing, like I was in the gym watching two dudes sparring, like going hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, they're obviously fighting, not sparring, but you hear the grunting and the leather on bone and skin. And do I want that for the big fights? Well, no. But a lot of these prospects can still keep doing their thing, bro.
Yeah.
Like these prospects can still keep fighting. There's journeymen that need paydays. Just I wouldn't mind that at all, bro. Like, at
Yeah.
all. Obviously, I don't want to see like Shakur Stevenson defend his championship when no one's there. Um,
Right.
but
I
it's
want
better
them
than
to fight
nothing.
and get paid too. So,
And it is better than nothing. And you know what? Like, these networks want to show people something.
you're
You know
right.
what I mean? Like there's only so much Max Kellerman and Stephen A. Smith in front of camera talking they can have. You know what I mean? At some point, they got to show them a sport. So they could figure it out, bro. Like, I remember when they were talking about, like, what was the fight that they were thinking about putting, like, on a boat, like a cruise ship.
Hmm.
I forget, but I don't know. It was like, I can't remember, but do a fight on a cruise ship or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Fuck it, like get creative. They can get creative, and they can still give us some boxing. The prospects and the journeymen can still give us fights, bro.
Hell yeah.
I'll watch them. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Because I personally don't give a damn what Max Kellerman or Stephen A. got to talk about no way, especially Stephen A. when it comes to boxing. So, like I said before, as long as we got two combatants and a square circle, I'm all good.
Yeah. Anyway, I believe he's correct. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I listened to an interview, and he mentioned about his dad being Korean. I could be wrong about that. Okay, but yeah, yeah. Is what it is. Lots of boxing. Our limb fights go without audience all the time. Yeah, like are we used to that anyway? Actually, like the undercard fights, like no one's there anyway. Like at the pay per views, like we're
Right,
used to that
right.
anyway. You know, so
Hell yeah.
nothing new. Yeah, I got you. Shout out to you, Alexander. Big Dog Willie, I appreciate the support. Says hopefully I can get an ER doc to answer a few questions on Thursday about the coronavirus if we aren't too busy in the ER. Absolutely, man. We'd like to have you on conversation with Reggie Owens and stuff like that and see what's going on. Make sure you guys throw a jab at the like button. Okay. Visit mandatorydefense.com. All right.
Yeah.
The link is down there. You guys can see it. All right. Make sure you visit the website. How's the website going, Ashley?
Oh man, I when I went on vacation, I put two middle fingers up. So now I'm getting back at it. Because I wasn't doing a damn thing long as I was gone. I mean, it's oh well, it is what it is. But on a serious note, as far as the coronavirus, man, everybody be safe, man. And you know, there are different natural herbs and stuff that you can eat that can combat anything that's antibacterial, antiviral, or antifungal, like raw garlic. Raw garlic, I eat that. I know it may sound weird as hell, man, but if you do a research on it, you'll see why. You see why I walk around confident when certain viruses are out there, and I'm not worried about it. And I ain't gonna lie, it doesn't taste good. It burned like hell, and it burned like hell when you try to chase it with water. But you're gonna feel nauseated for 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? But I guarantee you, wherever it goes in your body, it's gonna do some healing, man. Do a search on it, do some research. Don't even take my word for it. But don't be so quick to trust all this man-made medicine, man. When the earth is a healer, you just gotta know where to look, man.
Got to know where to look. Boost your immune system, guys. Keep hydrated. Okay. Very important. And you're not wrong about the raw garlic, but holy shit, bro.
Yeah,
Um,
burn them.
I got to crush that shit and mix it with some or something. Like, you know what I
I
mean?
know. I mean, as long as you're crushing it in some capacity, you'll get the medicinal effect.
Yeah.
Uh, you can. It's still a medicine, in other words. But
Right.
once you cook it, you only get the vitamins. But you're not in this aspect. You need it to be the raw, natural antibiotic that it is. So the
Yeah.
best bet is to eat it raw. Don't swallow it whole, or it's going to come out whole. You got to crush it so it can release that element called allicin that's in it, and that's where you get the medicinal usage from, and it'll protect you. You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
earth is a healer, man.
Definitely. Appreciate the podcast. Need my boxing fix. This is Alexander Martinez. And we got to come on and talk about some. We're talking about Twitter beefs instead. We should come and talk about a fight. You know what I mean? But most definitely, man, Ashy, there are garlic pills. You trust those pills?
I mean, you could take them, but I don't. And you know what? A lot of women say that. I ain't gonna lie. Women keep. That's one thing they keep in their fucking purse. There's a lot of goddamn pills, man. My whole thing is, and this for all you believers out there, when the Most High created the earth and it was done, he looked back at it and what did he say? He said, "This is good." Right? His creation. So why do I need man to go and fuck something up that the higher power already put on the earth for me? Give it to me in its natural state. Fuck a pill.
Ronald Finley is planting his own stuff, hunting his own shit, and he's living off the land. You know, it's not bad to go hunting, man. You know what I mean? We
Oh, I
have to
love
hunt. We have to hunt, or there's overpopulation of animals. You know what I mean? So it's part of the whole thing. You know what I mean? But what do you make though? I mean, I know a lot of people feel uncomfortable kind of talking about this, but what do you make of the? And I'm very careful when I say this because a lot of people are hating on Chinese people right now. Like, you know what I mean? And the president's tweet is not helping either. He called it a Chinese disease.
disease, right?
Come on, bro. You know some of his dumb supporters are going to go around blaming Chinese people. You know what I mean?
Um,
But But like we have to be honest in terms of where the virus came from,
Right.
and it's, although it's not 100% concrete, even scientists will say this. Their hypothesis is that it's a lot of it's coming from the food that they're consuming. You know,
Right.
so eating bats probably just isn't a good idea. Like, we just got to come up with a
You think?
alternative.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Bats
you
pick
not
up
even
a lot of
tell them
virus.
they can't eat fucking bat when they eat raw goddamn amphibian. Damn frog is still alive while they eating the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And until they fix that, man, they're gonna continue having problems like this. Certain shit that just not it just does not belong in the human body. No matter how much slap your mama you put on it, it ain't food. Goddamn it! You know what I'm saying? Bat, it's not a delicacy. You know what I'm saying? Keep that shit off a fucking plate. You
Like, I
know,
don't look,
but
man.
you know,
Yeah,
it's unfortunate that that's just going to be the crutch that they have to endure because this came from their neck of the earth, on their side of the world. um Man, I don't want any violence to take place in regards to those people, but you know it's just certain shit they do. They bring it on themselves. You know what I'm saying? Don't eat fucking bat, bro. I don't give a damn if you put it batter on it and fried. It ain't food. It'll never be food. You know what I'm saying? Certain stuff is not food.
you know
So
what's funny? When I was talking about, people were like, "But Batista, what if they cook it really good?" Like, bro, I don't give a damn, bro. I just don't think with. I just think this is a national, and because it's. I'm not even saying this specific virus, but a lot of times it's attached to other things. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So, all I know is that people got to be careful. These markets, man, that they're not sanitized well. I mean, when you look at the documentaries, dude,
yeah, the wet
it's,
market. Yeah,
yeah. Like that's not. These animals in close proximity to each other from different parts of the world. Man,
it's pretty
like,
fucking sickening. Yeah,
yeah. I
I've
mean,
seen like live like squids and octopus and stuff, and they're still moving in the bowl. You know
man,
what I'm saying? They chomp on it like they just fucking ate some chamoy, with apples or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I mean, they getting it in. You know what I'm saying? I can't call it, man. It's just, oh man.
Look. Big Dog was my girlfriend's getting annoyed with blaming the bats. I'm not blaming the bats.
Sorry, bats
The,
didn't do anything.
the bats didn't do anything. I'm blaming
No.
the like and look, and I want to be specific. Bats is just the one animal we're kind of picking out. Like, I'm just talking about these wet markets, all these wild animals they have in them. It's not sanitized. You have undercover reporters going there, and they're reporting about how, and a lot of the scientists over in China even saying like there's. I mean, we're looking at a mix of pus and blood and piss and shit. Okay, and that the aura of that's all over the place, and the animals are in high stress environments. you know a virus is going to spread from one animal to the other, and although you could say it's unlikely to pass on to us, when you keep doing it over and over again, even unlikely happens.
Hmm.
And I think that that's the point I'm trying to get at. Okay, now what I don't want is the following. Okay, stop canceling Uber rides from Chinese girls. Okay, I know AJ just put that post.
Wow.
Okay, stop burning down Chinese restaurants. All right, stop swinging at Chinese people minding their own business at the store. All right, I mean, it's just don't do that. All right, so I'm just no, but yeah, bats are known for carrying diseases. We need bats, by the way. And here's the other thing: even if actually like they couldn't pass diseases to us, right? And even if that was impossible, um, we have to understand that like bats play an important role in the ecosystem. You know what I
Ecosystem,
mean?
right.
They carry a lot of viruses, just like insects and stuff like that, and let them play their role and what they do. You know what I
Right.
mean? We don't know what the effects are if you start killing millions and millions of bats. we just don't know what the underlying effects of that is. And
Right.
Big Dog Willie, I understand the pangolins is the best kind of theory out there that but that still comes down to an animal that we don't really eat. You know what I mean? Inside these cages, next to not just bats but other wild animals. And I have seen that they do believe that the disease transferred from a bat to a pangolin to human. Right? So that's all I'm saying. And if they weren't eating bats and keeping them around with other wild animals, it's just unlikely this would happen. Okay, that's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? And you know who I blame? I blame the Chinese government. Okay, actually, you know what? Like China's a communist nation. You know what I
Right.
mean? The one thing they don't regulate is the fucking food, bro.
Right.
Isn't that a bitch?
That is ironic. Yep. That
That's
is
the
ironic.
one thing they don't regulate. I mean, and I think, you know, it is true that they couldn't feed all their people and people were going hungry. Okay,
Right.
that is true. And that's a crisis that has to be addressed.
Got so
So,
many damn people, man, over 1 billion strong.
yeah, so you're leaving millions of people, bro, and they're like,
I
well,
gotta eat something.
I got to
Yeah.
eat something. You know what I mean?
All
So,
bark salamanders it is.
yes. So
You know?
that's why they started, killing wild animals and stuff. And then it slowly, just like everything else, it becomes culture. You know what I mean? So even after you no longer need it, it's part of your culture. It's like this. My grandfather always tells me, he used to work at a slaughterhouse, right? And he tells me they would tell them that menudo, right, was garbage. They throw it away. Get the menudo and throw that away. It's garbage. While the Mexicans were like, I gotta feed my, I gotta feed my family. Like,
Yeah.
you guys are gonna give me like, the good meat, you know. So menudo was something they started making. It became Mexican tradition till this day, especially when I'm hungover. I eat menudo. You know what I mean? So, have you had menudo, Ashley?
Never.
You're from Texas. Come on.
I know. I know.
Have you had pozole?
Plenty of Mexican dishes, but not menudo.
What about pozole? You ever had pozole?
Nope. No pozole.
It's all right. It's all right. We've got to fix that. You know what I mean? But it's all right. No, but in all seriousness, menudo is not good for you. By the way, it's fattening and shit. Okay,
Yeah.
but the point I'm making, is a lot of Mexican people were eating that out of like, well, we need to eat something. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But then now it's like tradition. Even Mexicans balling. Okay, have menudos on Sunday mornings. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's so like having bad is probably just like a normal thing over there now. So and I get that completely. And I'm sure a lot of these people I lived their whole life eating bats and nothing ever happened to them.
Yep.
Okay, but I agree with Ronald Finkley. The bat's got to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's got to
Fact.
go. Like, and do we have to address the hunger problem? Yes, we
Well,
do.
we don't, but they definitely need to. Yeah. And they've tried to. They tried to limit
Well,
the
instead of dropping
family.
bombs, maybe we should drop some food.
That too. Yeah. Yeah. And we owe them like unprecedented amounts of money because we borrow from them like a motherfucker. But
Just pay them back with food.
they only limit a family to one child
Yeah,
to try to stop this overpopulating of China, and India is probably worse.
yeah,
So, but they're managing to get it done without coronavirus spiraling from there. And they have some questionable stuff there. They take a bath, drink, piss, and shit all in one river. So and bathe cows in it because the cow is sacred in India. So
yeah,
and they swim in it and take baths all in the same river.
yeah,
But it's a river, and rivers have the natural system of a river is to self clean all the bodies of water. Like a fish tank, we have filters and all the different things we have to clean it. Bodies of water do clean themselves. It's just part of the way it was designed from the creator. So, but that still sounds fucking disgusting. Anyway, moving on.
The whole world is overpopulated, says Ronald Finkley.
Yeah.
Calanema says, I've had pozole menudo. My friend's aunt used to make it for us when I was a kid. You know, menudo's that food that at first you look at it and you're like no wonder they used to throw shit away just by looking at it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's almost like I would say about 80% of people like it. The other 20% like, nah, I'm good. But so I don't know. That's a good rate, but still, Chinese cities is too overpopulated. There's a lot of conspiracy theories that you know that this was a virus they kind of put out there so they could start killing people off. But man, if that's true, bro, they're playing with some.
It's a dangerous game.
That's a dangerous game. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because like I'm just telling you, man. But man, oh man, and no, we're not blaming the bats. Okay, the bats are innocent in this. They're the ones getting hunted, right?
Right.
And so let's not make bats the villain. And it's not even just the bat; it's just in general, all the wild animals that are in close proximity to each other, that's in high stress environments, and you guys got to check out that 60 Minutes Australia. It explains it all very very well. China's a problem with older populations, says AJ10. Man, well,
Yeah, they live a long time, in spite of eating goddamn uh, snake and shit like that, man. Maybe it's the yoga, maybe, their diet, with eating warm water and lots of soup with meals helps the digestive system. I don't know what they're doing. They're doing something right, obviously, but eating bats ain't one of it. So ain't one of them. But yeah, you're right, man. Their old folks live quite some time. I think that just may be an Asian thing. Mm-hmm.
yeah, they live a long time, bro. I think like the Japanese live a long time. I think it's the seafood.
Is it the Japanese? Yeah, it could be the Japanese.
Yeah, like, but just in general, I think Asian countries they have a high life expectancy,
Mm-hmm.
except North Korea. But we all know why when it comes to North Korea. I mean, there's an uptick in baptisms. Some people think the end is near. Wow.
Yeah, because of it's similar to a famine, war. I mean, those are definitely signs of the times. It could be. I mean, I don't see the mark of the beast being pushed too much yet, but maybe it is, and I'm just not seeing it. Who knows?
Yeah. What do you make actually of? And by the way, you guys make sure you throw the you throw that jab at the like button. All right. I want to ask you before we wrap this one up. Hold on. What was this? Kevin Durant, three other Brooklyn Nets have COVID-19. That's coronavirus, and the entire Lakers team and coaching staff is under quarantine. What the hell is going on? The only one
Yeah.
that can save us is Corona's Modelo, man. Modelo Dos Equis. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, man, bro, this is crazy. That is crazy. How do you think the White House has handled this, man? In your opinion?
Terribly. At least they're getting stuff together now, and they actually sound like they're putting things into play now. But they should have jumped on this long time ago. They try to dismiss it as a whim. The same thing they've been doing over the last 4 years, thinking that anybody uh, who criticizes the president, his inactions when crises hit, it's just they think they're just anti-Trump or Trump derangement syndrome and all this other crap. But the biggest picture that they fail to understand is that there are lives on the line, and you are the leader of the free world.
Right.
So they should be coming at you. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants Trump to go to China and do fucking take goddamn paper towels and shoot hoops with paper towels into the audience like he did when Puerto Rico
Right.
your disaster, and lost thousands of people. You know what I'm saying? This guy here always is reluctant to get off his fucking ass and do anything until way after the fact. And it's just like any other, like I said, it's just like any other crisis that take place with that motherfucker in office. I mean, and there was a reports that came out that this guy tried to buy the firm in Germany that's working on the vaccine for the coronavirus. So he's looking to swell his pockets up by being the owner of the vaccine whenever it's created, so he can fill his pockets with dollars. Man, this is the guy you want leading in the United States. When you got all these lives on the line, this guy is still thinking about himself and his bottom line. But I'm not going to keep arguing. Well, matter of fact, I don't argue with Trump supporters at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not going to do. I'm not going to entertain it. You know what I'm saying? They try to lump this guy with being, you know what? I don't even want to get into religion. You know what I'm saying? It's just so much bullshit that comes out, man. I don't even associate with so many people because of this guy. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have a dog in the race, man. You just gotta call a spade a spade. You know what I'm saying? I'll dog anybody on the Democrat side. I am an independent. To me, they're like Crips and Bloods, the Republicans and Democrats. You know what I'm saying? I'm not on either side. I'm on the side of common ground. So,
I mean, you see what's happening in Italy, bro, and we're like a week behind that timeline, like or 2 weeks, as AJ10 says. I mean, this is, I mean, some scary shit. Like this dude was in one of his stupid rallies, bro, calling it a hoax. Like, oh, they're coming up with this new hoax about the coronavirus. Like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, like that's the president of the United States. A dude that at his disposal can just get one of his advisors and be like, give me 10 scientists. Like, get on top of it. You give me the best experts in the world on the phone right now. They're going to answer the phone. It's a president, bro. Like, even though it's a buffoon like Trump, like somebody will answer. You know what I mean? Like if somebody wanted like an expert, like if he wanted this for whatever reason, okay, a hold of ashy knuckles because whatever, expertise you got, okay, you'll probably answer the phone. Like, you know what I mean? Because it's the president, like anybody will answer the phone, bro. You know what I mean? But like this dude is like just, the dude's an idiot, bro. Like, I'm sorry. He said, oh, we have total control of it. That's it. We contained it. And then the next day, it's like the stock market's going to shit. There's more, it's spreading, and there's no action. You know what I mean? They just acted too late with a lot of things, and we still don't know the effects, bro. This virus can take up to a week, 2 weeks for us to know the effects.
That's a fact. And on top of all that, you see the worldwide, the panic that's been going in, and so many industries have been doing nothing but layoffs, and people having a self-quarantine and be at home for several weeks because of the unknown. You know what I'm saying? And had that fucking idiot who all he does is just lie to people, and he's been doing it for years now, and they still don't get it. I've never seen anybody who has a record of catastrophic failure and will get on the camera and be like, you know what, man, I did that, man. I nailed it. Superb job by my staff. He does that all the time, and they are right there. Yeah, Trump, badass. Fucking morons, bro. Honestly.
Yeah, I think he let this nation down, and regardless of what his supporters think, he's supposed to be everyone's president. Okay? Everyone. Like even the people that voted against you, you're supposed to serve them too. You're a public servant. Right?
That's right.
And he failed people, bro. Like it's unbelievable. And he acted with a lot of things, and most importantly, anyone could say what they want about Obama and have a lot of criticisms myself. However, he had a team in place for something like this in case of a pandemic. He had a team, a plan, people that were in charge of this type of stuff. Trump fired them.
That's right.
He got rid of them, and you know what he said, bro? The guy literally said, they asked him, do you take any responsibility for doing that? No. I take no responsibility. Plus, I mean, it wasn't me. I have to look into that. Maybe somebody in my team did, but I didn't do anything. He didn't deny it. He said, it's a whole team here. Somebody else must have done it. It wasn't me.
But when it's a good thing that happens, he's like, there is no team. It's just me. I'm the team. This dude is awful, bro. But they love him.
What are
So
your thoughts on the stimulus package that's being proposed, supposedly of every American getting $1,000?
I mean, the amount of money I pay in taxes, they owe me that shit. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, but I think was first proposed by Democrats, and I believe the Democrats have the same fucking solution to any problem: just throw a bunch of fucking money at it. You know, but it is a crisis, and this is one way to help fix it moving forward. But overall, it is not the underlying solution. And at this point, I don't think anybody knows what that is. So,
Yeah.
um, but I'm sure that will help, especially aid those people who can't even do for themselves because they're being forced to stay home and they can't work. And you know what? The bills keep coming. You know, babies still need to be fed. They still need diapers. You know, kids need to be fed. You know, life still moves on. You know.
Mitt Romney proposed.
Oh, yeah, okay. He did say that. In fact, he did say that. Well, Mitt Romney has never really been a true conservative anyway. You
Yeah,
know,
Romney cared. Huh?
yeah, Romney cared. So, and that is probably why he's not really liked a lot in the Republican Party.
So Mitt Romney was Republican in Massachusetts. Okay,
Right, but he wasn't a
which is
conservative. Yeah.
which a Republican in blues and a lot of like a New York Republican is like a far left Democrat in Texas. Okay,
Yeah, there
so
you go.
it's just like I'm
Right.
just saying. But we need a single payer healthcare system and more hospitals, Cal Enigma. They got to figure it out, bro. Like it's like they're taking forever with this stuff, dude. Like this guy thinks when it comes to viruses and stuff, like the first 3-4 days is the most important time frame to handle it. You know what I mean?
And he dropped
So
the ball.
yeah, man. But
Again.
I want to thank you, Ashley, for coming on, bro. You got any final words?
Oh no, man! Everybody just stay safe. Keep your hands clean. Watch your surroundings, man. Eat garlic. Eat that garlic. Eat that raw garlic. Protect yourself. And hopefully this things will move on, man. Hopefully it'll just disappear and things will just happen to work out for the best. Trying to be an optimist when I'm usually a pessimist. Hopefully optimism wins this time. You know what I'm saying? But y'all stay safe.
Please, have you heard of Louis Gohmert? Well, yeah, but I'm not sure what you mean by that. Obamacare is a right-wing healthcare system. It was the answer to, it was a contrast to Medicare for all. Look at
I
these
would love the
notes.
doctrine, but that's a different note.
The Joker got a hold of my notes. Look what he did to my notes, bro. Look at this shit. Okay, a damn Joker. This is Batman week, of course. You guys tuned in to A Puncher's Chance with Ashy Knuckles. Why so serious? Because this is boxing. That's why. Okay, stay tuned tomorrow for Hispanics causing panic with G Funk. Right? Make sure.
Yes.
Yeah. So absolutely. All right. Did you catch? Were you able to catch Baby Nuts of the Week, Ashley?
Oh, I did. I did. I saw that whole show with 97 Rough, man. Old school. It was good to see him back in the fold, man.
Shout out to Blood. He always tells me you gotta invite me on when you have Ashy, and like, well, I mean, I need your email, bro. Like you know what I mean. But maybe we'll get Blood on here. I know Blood wants to do a show with a lot of the old school YouTubers.
Yeah, man, that'd be great, bro.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Maybe
Just
bring back all those school guys like Buddha Sai and Guard the Grill and all those guys, man. That'd be awesome.
Garden Grill's still around. They're still around actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know what happens is YouTubers that are out for a long time, they weren't around when they had that bell, right? By the way, you guys press the bell button. So when they do a video, no one gets notified that they did a video.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
no shit.
Yeah, so people got to hit that notification button so they're notified and stuff like that. They started that a couple months ago, so, what are you going to do? But with that said, this is D-Style Boxing. And what do we say, Ash?
Same thing it says on that D style merch. Keep it boxing.
Keep it boxing.